What is up, YouTube? This is Zero Prince, and I'm back once more, and I'm running some errands right now. I actually just dropped some stuff off to my wife at her salon here at the Market Common, and now we're gonna hit the road so that we can get home, stop sweating for a minute as it's 93 degrees, give or take, and we're gonna answer some questions. It's time. I promised you guys I was going to do one of these little survey things, and I'm gonna go through it pretty quickly. I don't know where it started. I don't know who originated it, but Walking Casino gave Jim Mullins, Warmoth Strat, credit on Facebook. I saw it on Facebook. I decided, screw it. These are two YouTubers. Let's bring this to YouTube. So, 25 questions about my senior year in high school. It says here, the longer ago, the better, or the better the answers will be. It's been 13 years since I graduated high school, 2003. So we'll just start with number one. Did you marry someone from your high school? I did not. I did not, and I did not. Number two, did you carpool to school? In my senior year, I rode with my dad. He was on his way to work. Does that count? The rest of the time, though, occasionally I'd ride with a brother, sister, cousin, friend, something like that. But typically, I was carpooling in the most extreme way and riding the public school bus. Number three, what kind of car did you have? None. Number four, what kind of car do you have now? I drive a Nissan Altima, and it's awesome, and it's really fast, and it's got a great engine, and it's really cool. Number five, it's Friday night. Where were you then? I don't know, either hanging out with a girlfriend, whomever that might have been at the time, or talking to friends online, or talking to people, or who knows, I could have been writing code. I used to program a lot when I was in high school, so I could have been writing code. I could have been writing or creating a website, doing some sort of graphic design. Who knows? I was quite the geek. Like, I love to do that stuff. And then, there were a couple of years I just didn't, and things got, technology moves quickly, kids. Number six, it's Friday night. Where are you now? My son typically stays the night on Friday nights these nights. We watch Impractical Jokers, hang out with my wife and I hang out with them, and it's pretty cool. Number seven, what kind of job did you have in high school? I didn't have a job in high school, actually. I did some freelance, website work and stuff like that, but nothing really to pay. Certainly not my senior year. Sometime during school, it may have even been over the summer, my dad worked at, a large industrial printing facility, and they needed someone to, by hand, with scissors, just trim off the edges of, sticky binding from books, and I did that for a very short period of time, and I hated it, and it was no good. What kind of job do you have now is number eight. Right now I'm doing I guess landscape style things, or horticulture. I'm not sure how to classify exactly what I do. That's not where most of my money comes from. That's just where most of my attentions go. I also help my wife manage the salon that she owns, and I aid her with back office stuff, payroll, that sort of stuff. Number nine, were you a party animal? No. I did not go to parties. I did not want to go to parties. I can remember maybe two parties that I went to in my entire high school career. It just wasn't my thing. I was never much of a drinker. I would partake here and there, but pretty good kid. Never got in much trouble. Not much of a partier. I'm an introvert. I'd much rather be at home than partying, even now. Number 10, were you considered a flirt? Not by myself, by other people perhaps, but not by myself. I wouldn't know how to flirt now or then if someone asked me to or expected me to. I just don't know what the difference between being nice and flirting is, and I don't know. I don't think it was a flirt, but I always did better for myself than I probably should have, so maybe I was a flirt. Number 11, were you in band, orchestra, or choir? I was in band for not my senior year of high school, but a couple of years prior to that. I was in concert band, and I played percussion. Number 12, were you a nerd? I don't consider myself a nerd. I didn't consider myself a nerd then. I don't know what a nerd technically is. I was never a fan of, especially social labels. I just don't think they make any sense. They make even less sense than other types of labels that we apply to people. So I don't know if I was a nerd or not. Again, some people would have definitely said I was a nerd. I don't know. A lot of people liked me. I didn't have a lot of, and I don't know. I always think of a nerd as someone who gets picked on a whole lot, and I don't think I was picked on very much. Maybe I was. I've never just really given a shit, so it makes it harder to know if people think you're a nerd. Number 13, did you get suspended or expelled? I got suspended once Actually, you know, not including in-school suspension. I got suspended once for skipping school, but I did skip school before school started. A little complicated, but, you know, I lived in the middle of nowhere, so I got to school, I don't know, maybe an hour before it started, left with a couple of friends that were in band class with me, which was first class. And we went to the grocery store. I got a little thing of Pringles and like a soda. We came back to the store, or to the school, and I was actually the only one who got suspended off of that, which is really strange. I think I was sick the day that, which actually ended up happening in terms of an in-school suspension later in my high school time. The day that we'll call it the sentencing was handed out, I wasn't there, so I got shafted. And I got suspended from school for 3 days. For 3 days! I was back before class. I mean, it doesn't matter. Everything turned out well, so who cares, right? Number 14. Can you sing the fight song? No. I don't even know that there is a fight song. I just don't know. That's all. Who were your favorite teacher? Number 15, I assume were would be if you had multiples. My favorite overall was Mr. Richard Berry. I've actually tried to find him on Facebook and stuff and get in touch with him. I don't know how to contact him. So if you know who this guy, if you know how to find this guy, then, you know, give me an email address, please, because he was a very instrumental part in me becoming the type of person that I am now. He introduced me to Thoreau and Emerson and all these things, man, all these things. And Simon and Garfunkel even, it was like a teacher you'd think of in a movie, like the way that, like, I was influenced, and he probably never even knew that he was influencing me because I was quiet and introverted, so who knows? But I'd love to write him a letter or something and be like, hey man, well done, well done. Number 16, where did you sit at lunch? I did not sit at lunch. I stood at lunch because I sat all day otherwise, and I just, you know, I hung out with my friends or whoever, standing outside. I would drink like maybe a Fruitopia. 17, what was your school's full name? I don't know. I think just Dillon High School. But I really don't know. I assume that's it though. 18, what was your school mascot? It was a Wildcat. Number 19, if you go back and do it again, would you? What, the mascot? No. I don't think so. I just don't see the point of it. I'm pretty happy with my life, and the only reason I can think to relive any of these things at this point is to do something differently, and if I were to do something differently there, that would probably affect the person and the life that I have now, and it's just not worth it. I don't think there's any reason to change the past. I don't think about the past much. I try not to. I used to, and it drove me insane! Not literally. I don't think. I was never diagnosed with insanity, but who knows. Did you have fun at prom? Not really. I mean, I did not have fun at prom. I had fun before prom. I had fun after prom. But not, like, during prom was just kind of boring. I'm not one to, like, dance. My date was not one to dance. I don't think either of us had a lot of fun in prom, but we were there for like an hour, hour and a half anyways. Like, that was an excuse for us to hang out. She went to another school like 2 counties away. So it was a good time to hang out, you know what I'm saying? Okay, 21, do you still talk to the person you went to the prom with? No, not really. We're friends on Facebook. We'll occasionally exchange like a comment or something like that, some thumbs up, some likes or whatever, but no, I don't talk to her. I have no issue with her. She's perfectly fine in my world. Number 22, are you planning on going to your next reunion? If we have one, I will. I tried to go to my 10-year reunion in 2013, but I was actually one of apparently very few people to RSVP because the thing just straight up didn't happen. I don't know if that's because everyone is in jail, dead, or what, but it just didn't happen. There weren't enough people, and if we had another, or if there was one set up, I would go to it, but, you know, I think Facebook is killing high school reunions. That's all. 23, do you still talk to people from high school? Very few, like the same as my prom date. We'll talk on Facebook or something like that. But I can't recall the last time that I spoke with someone I went to high school with. I'm thinking really hard right now, actually, and I just simply can't do it. Certainly not, like, interpersonally. I spoke to my cousin, who technically I went to high school with, I think on Christmas, and that's probably the closest since then. Anyhow, 24, what are/were your school colors? They were gold and black, or black and gold. Number 26, what should be number 25, and I'm looking at you when I say that, Walking Casino. I'm looking at you. Says it went from 24 to 26. It's not a big deal. Which I'm actually going to answer, or I guess I can't answer. Are you tagging any of the people that you graduated with? No, because they don't have YouTube. This is going on YouTube. This won't wind up on Facebook. There's no one for me to tag. I wouldn't care to tag anyone, even if I did know someone to tag. So, you know, no to answer number 25/26. No, I'm not tagging anyone that I graduated with. But I do thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry this went a little bit longer than I expected, but, you know, that's just kind of how life goes.